Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Mars and Scorpio 2021 transit. It's going to, more specifically, um, Mars will transit Scorpio from October 30th, 2021 until December 13th, 2021. So you're looking about a month and a half duration of the time. Mars will be traversing the sign of Scorpio. It moves out of more peace-loving, compromising Libra and into Scorpio, which can be a little vengeful, a little bit controlling. Now, Mars is in its dignity in Scorpio, of course, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have any. It doesn't mean there are no negative elements to it, but this is a time for many during this transit, just generally, collectively, where people will feel like they can, do things, that look like, might seem insurmountable. Use this energy to be able to do so. It could be a period where many may take more action in making a major change or transformation in one's life. There might be much initiative in a shared resources situation. What's interesting is that you talk about Mars being Scorpio, and it's Scorpio can be connected with taxes and insurance related matters. It might be taking the initiative on something that's tax related. I mean, I understand this is in the United States. This takes place well before the calendar year ends, but people may be more inclined to at least getting that knowledge regarding tax related matters, or if there was an issue with some taxes that were owed to the person that was in the past, say, and it wasn't taken care of. This could be that time where there might be more initiative in taking matters, in doing things in connection with that. When it makes the sextile to Venus and Capricorn, it might be an opportune time for that, because of course Scorpio is connected with taxes. Capricorn is associated with the government. Venus is about money. Mars is about action. So this could be that time for that. If there's any tax related matters that have not been taken care of, say from the previous calendar year, it can also be a time to when you look at this again. Scorpio is about major change and transformation. There may be more courage under fire and crisis related matters, and trying to really be unflappable in them. This is a time, though, you have to be careful about resorting to being angry. Well, I should say jealous actions, actions that are connected with vengeance or being vindictive at this time. Mars is connected with actions, and Scorpio is very vengeful and vindictive energy. But the thing about this time to keep in mind that Mars is also connected, with accidents. It's imperative to be very careful if you're looking. I mean, Scorpio can be connected with waste and refuge. If you're working with, with waste, or you're by, your job you're doing, working by a garbage compactor, be very careful at this time. I've heard at least, I know there's been at least one story of somebody getting, caught inside the, garbage compactor, and they weren't able to turn it off, and it just really, it can be a time where you really need to be careful when you're doing things, especially that are Scorpio related, I would say, and recycling as well. I don't know if accidents can actually occur when utilizing a recycling machine, but if they can be extra careful and prudent. If especially if your job consists of using something with recycling at this time. And the thing about this too is there's also, keep in mind, there's going to be a time when Mars is going to be opposing Uranus during this transit, and when that happens, of course, energy levels can be very erratic and sporadic, to say the least. There might be more actions connected with rebellion. At this time, there might be more of a need for independence, and you're going away, since you're talking about an opposition aspect. It's adversarial, but it's also going away from the Uranus energy. And Uranus can be connected with groups and friendships. So that could be energy, like you're just trying to use, maybe trying to use the energy just to get away from that, from those, from groups and clubs and organizations at this time. Or there may be more battles that are, connected with friendships at this time, more so than usual. The situation with them may be more contentious. And again, with Mars being in Scorpio, it can be very, jealous energy and, vindictive and vengeful. So it's important to be careful if you're in some battle with a friendship that at this time, that it's not be, don't let it be because, some jealousy that could be directed at that person. And the thing about this too is, and I mean, Mars again can be about battles, and there could be more, propensity for battles over shared resources situation. It could be an insurance matters connected with taxes, or something with credit card use at this time. It could also be a time when you're looking at this as well. I want to go back to the time, the point when Mars in Scorpio is going to be making the sextile to Venus in Capricorn. Now that could also be a time for many where you could be more aggressive in getting the connections that may help your social status and stature in life at this time. Mars in Scorpio energy, when you're talking about Scorpio energy, could be about really trying to take action, so quickly, in fear that maybe nothing can happen if you don't take it. So this is very, again, Scorpio can be, very crisis oriented, and it can show where there could be a lot of courage during this time in dealing with a crisis situation. And also too, it may also be a time for people where they need, where there is more action that's connected with the shared resources situation, or people may be more inclined trying to take a leadership role in that at this point in time. And it may be a time too where, speaking of leadership roles, for those that might be, getting promoted to a higher position, it might being in a leadership position, which wouldn't exclude management. It could be something, Scorpio related, working in locksmithing, or doing something, with embalming, or forensics, or investigation at this time. The Scorpio can also be connected with the occult, which can include astrology. So it can also be a time where there might be more energy expended on doing something, as far as things that are astrological at this time. Perhaps there's a greater propensity for astrological warfare at this time as well, because you're talking about the sign of Scorpio, which is associated with the occult, which can include astrology. Mars can be about battles, can be about warfare. It may be, a time to, Mars is also associated with surgery. So, and Scorpio is associated with the bladder, the colon, the prostate. You may see a greater proliferation of surgery connected with those body parts at this time. It's also, Mars is about injuries as well. If you're involved in extreme sports, I would say, Mars and Scorpio can also manifest in extreme sports. Scorpio is extreme energy. Mars could be connected with, physical energy, used in strength, and I would say it can have a connection with sports as well. So, and really, this is a time to, when you have Mars and Scorpio, again, it could be a lot of energy, just doing things, Scorpio related. It could be, trying to gain power and control in some situation. If you're having this transit in the fifth house, say, it could be in a love life, or it could be, matters with children. At this time, there may be battles over power and control with children. If, say, the transit takes place in the fifth house, as an example. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, and the thing about this too is, Mars can be, associated with sexuality or sexual drive, and this could be a time where you may be involved in deep, if you're involved in some deep sexual connection. That can, when you have the transit opposing Uranus in Taurus, it could be, adversarial toward your friendships at this time. It might even get away of, some kind of goal or aspiration that you may have as well. So just be careful not to be dominated so much by, sexual matters at this time. They're opposing, if you have some goal or aspiration in mind, and it may be Taurus related because Uranus is in Taurus, and it could be, something with, working as a pawnbroker or stocks, or, just some, doing, just trying to, make more money in general. This is time to where there might be more action, I would say, as well, in terms of maybe going beyond subterfuge and superficiality at this time. The new moon is going to take place, I believe, it's at or around November 3rd of 2021, and you'll have the Mars at least making a light, conjunction, loose conjunction to the moon and to the sun at that time, and this could be an opportune time for the beginning of something Scorpio related, because not only are you going to have the moon there, but you're going to have also added drive, motivation, courage, and fortitude in that as well. It could be doing something with, locksmithing or surgery, working as a coroner, a mortician, funeral director, working in forensics or investigation, building or coding as some examples, or even doing something with the occult, which can include astrology. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.